Welcome to Open Whispers channel. Kindly remember to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, press the bell sign. This is to enable you to get notified whenever we upload a new video. See something, say something, and most importantly, do something. The Bible says that my people suffer for lack of knowledge, and a nation without vision perishes. One of the reasons of establishing this channel, other than having political commentaries or social economic commentaries around the world, was for this channel to become the voice or the voiceless. This is why it's called Open Whispers. This is why we say that whenever the silent whispers of a people turn to open whispers, the tyrant knows that his time is up. The APC convention in Nigeria, All Progressive Congress, for those that don't know that live outside Nigeria, is a political party, the ruling party in Nigeria. They did their convention to select their flag bearer for presidential election coming up in 2023. It has come and gone with every fanfare, the highs and the lows. The major opposition party, PDP, also had theirs, gone, highs and lows. We'll deviate a little bit from the political arena for today, just a little bit. The noise being generated by the person in charge of Adoration Ministry, Enugu, Nigeria, has also gone up and is yet to die down, with the Catholic Church having their sledgehammer on the ministry. We wanted to talk a little bit about it today. We tried as much as possible to stay away from religious issues. But for how long? But let's leave it for today and dive into a different thing altogether, becoming the voice of the voiceless. In Ebonyi State, one of the southeastern states in Nigeria, Abakaliki precisely, a rich man who happened to be a parent in one of the nursery primary schools in the capital city of Ebonyi State, assaulted a female teacher, an orphan of that institution. And what was her offense? I will just tell you. Because the singer Osinachi Nwachukwu recently died, and it generated a lot of heat, once again raising the question about domestic violence or gender violence around the world. The husband, Peter Nwachukwu, is still standing trial for allegedly domestically abusing that woman for years before she passed away. The world cried, hoots and cried. Could it have been prevented? The answer is yes. Here is this other case that is coming up now. If the world keeps silent once again, it may become another Osinachi Nwachukwu, where it seems to have two laws that exist in Nigeria. One for the rich and one for the poor. This man happens to be a parent and claims that his children have been in this school for more than 10 years. On this fateful day, why am I saying the length of time that he claims that his children have been in the school? It's for you to know that probably he has a good relationship with that school. If he does not have a good relationship with the school, he wouldn't have been a parent of that school for this number of years. On this fateful day, he went to the school with his dear wife and was claiming that the child's writing book, worth about 500 naira to 1,000 naira, less than a dollar, a US dollar, was missing. And he went to the school to see the teacher. He complained to the teacher. The teacher promised to look into it. But meanwhile, She said she offered an alternative for the child. She offered to buy another writing book for the child to investigate whether they bought that writing book or not. In the process, there were frayed knives. The man raised his voice, the wife raised her voice because he went there with the wife. Another teacher who happened to be a worker at the school tried to intervene to calm the situation down and said, you know what, why don't I help out to investigate this? This is early in the morning, and if there is no alternative, I can buy another one and give your child. She calmed them down. The man turned to leave with the wife, and the teacher heaved a sigh of relief and said, what a nonsense way to start the morning. The man, who was always almost on his way out, overheard the teacher, turned around and questioned the teacher, were you talking to my wife? And the teacher said, no, I was only talking to myself. He was not satisfied. He turned around and slapped the teacher and beat the teacher mercilessly in front of the children, in front of other parents in this school. As he was assaulting this teacher, the wife was only clapping and smiling. Other parents raised their voices and said, you cannot do this. This lady did not do anything to you. This lady did not commit any crime. She was only muttering to herself, what a nonsense way to start the day. What offense did she commit? The man turned around and threatened to beat these other parents up and said, and I quote, I will beat her up, nothing will happen, beat her again and again. Neighbors and parents called the police to rescue the situation. By the time the police got there, the man took to his heels and left. He was invited to the police station. Statements were made, and long story short, he offered a written apology and made a statement under oath, admitting that he was at fault. And what happened afterwards? While police was still investigating this issue, he turned around and sued the school, claiming millions and saying that he is the nephew of one of the ex-Senate presidents from that part of the country, that he was going to make life miserable for this teacher, who is an orphan meanwhile. And he kept his promise. After the police concluded their investigation, they charged the case to court. While the case is still in the court, this man is using other arms of the police to intimidate and harass this young woman. Particularly on the 17th of June, this last Friday, he wrote a petition to the Inspector General of Police and alleged all kinds of frivolities against the school and this teacher. And from what we heard, the Inspector General of Police of Nigeria ordered an investigation, and it was minuted to the State Investigation Bureau, who invited all the parties for interview. At the interview, this young man refused to cooperate and refused to say his version of the story. He said he didn't have confidence in the Nigerian police. As they were stepping out of that place, nobody knew that he had already made another arrangement with the section called SWAT, the people formerly known as SARS. As this lady stepped out of that department, he was humiliated a second time, arrested, and before she could say Jack Robinson, she was detained, her phone taken, her bags taken. She was refused access to a lawyer, or refused to even make a call to anybody to come to her rescue. If not for the timely intervention of the Commissioner of Police in Ebonyi State, the plan was for this lady to spend the weekend in police detention for doing nothing. Remember, this girl was humiliated, beaten, assaulted, dehumanized, her phone broken, and she spent days in the hospital suffering trauma from the assault that this rich man gave to her. Now here is my question. Are we waiting for another Osinachi Nwachukwu to happen before the authorities will do the needful and bring this man to justice. Are there two laws in Nigeria? One for the rich, one for the poor. How long will the poor man continue to be on the receiving end in that part of the world? I am sure that the wonderful governor of Ebonyi State does not know about this, because he is a man of justice. If he knows about it, I'm sure he will carry out a full-scale investigation. The Commissioner of Police intervened, and I'm sure this man has not given up. He is still keeping to his promise of making life miserable for this young woman, whose crime was only to be a teacher that has taught this man's children for many years. We have written to the Minister of Women Affairs, Abuja, no response. When I heard about this case, I am urging Nigerian authorities to be a voice, like always, for the voiceless, and not to wait for another Osinachi Nwachukwu to happen before they start protecting women, especially orphans, against this demon in some of the men existing in that part of the country. Is it the era of slapping? How long shall this be tolerated? I'm just saying. Tell me about what you think in the comment section. Let us generate the debate and circulate this video until it gets to those in charge. If you go to Ebonyi State Command and ask about this case today, it's still existing. Justice has not been brought to this man, this young orphan, whose crime is only being a teacher, demands justice and deserves justice. Be well, do good work, and please do keep in touch. See something, say something, and do something. Justice is right. Thank you.